Today, we're bringing 12 Washington legends back to life, stories that still haunt the evergreen state. Number 1. Bigfoot. In the dense forests and misty mountains of Washington state, tales of Bigfoot have echoed for centuries. Long before modern sightings, native tribes like the Lummi and Salish spoke of a towering, hairy creature who lived in harmony with the wilderness, but could be dangerous if disrespected. Known as Sasquatch, the creature was said to walk upright like a man, leave massive footprints, and disappear without a trace into the woods. The modern legend took off in 1958 when enormous tracks were found in the forest near Bluff Creek, sparking national fascination. But it was Washington where the most consistent sightings poured in, especially around the Cascade Mountains and the forests of Skamania County. Witnesses described a creature standing 7 to 9 feet tall, covered in dark hair, with a powerful build and glowing eyes that seemed to watch from the tree line. In 1969, Skamania County even passed a law making it illegal to harm Bigfoot, treating it as an endangered species. From hikers to hunters to quiet residents in logging towns, stories continued to emerge, some claiming distant howls, others reporting rocks thrown from the woods. A few say they even saw the creature up close, staring back silently before melting into the trees. Whether a relic of prehistoric times or something stranger, Bigfoot has become a symbol of Washington's wild heart. He's featured on road signs, souvenirs, and even county laws. But for many, the legend isn't just a tourist gimmick. It's a mystery that still roams the forests, just out of reach, reminding us how little we truly know about the deep woods of the Pacific Northwest. Number 2. Pike Place Market Ghosts. Beneath the lively sounds of vendors and tourists at Seattle's famous Pike Place Market, a quieter, eerie history lingers in the shadows. One of the oldest public markets in the country, Pike Place was established in 1907, but long before the fish throwing and coffee shops, it was home to orphanages, hospitals, and boarding houses. Many believe the market is still filled with spirits from its early days. The most famous ghost is that of Princess Angeline, the daughter of Chief Seattle. Forced from her homeland, but refusing to leave the city, she lived in a small waterfront shack until her death in 1896. Visitors report sightings of a frail, elderly native woman moving slowly through the lower levels of the market, vanishing as quickly as she appears. Her presence is said to be gentle, almost protective. But not all spirits are so calm. Store owners talk about sudden cold spots, flickering lights, and the sounds of footsteps when no one is there. One ghost, known only as the Fat Lady Barber, is said to haunt the old underground areas, known for her mischievous laugh and pranks on staff. Another, a little boy, is often seen darting through the antique shop, playing with toys no one touched. Even with all its color and crowds, Pike Place Market hides these ghostly echoes of Seattle's past. For those who pause and listen closely, the creaking floorboards and sudden chills might not just be part of the old building, they could be the whispers of those who never left. Number 3. Batquatch. In the shadow of Mount St. Helens, a strange creature reportedly took flight not long after the volcano's famous eruption in 1980. Locals began whispering of a winged beast with glowing eyes, blue-tinged fur, and leathery bat-like wings. The sightings sparked a legend that would become known as the Batquatch, part bat, part ape, and all mystery. The first major sighting came from a man who claimed his car suddenly died near the volcano, only for a massive creature to land nearby. Described as standing nearly 9 feet tall with wings stretching over 20 feet, the beast stared at him with piercing yellow eyes before vanishing into the trees. Other reports followed, some claiming to see it soaring through the misty skies or hiding among the dense forest ridges. Unlike Bigfoot, the Batquatch isn't known to be shy. Witnesses say it lets out deep, guttural growls and has even chased hikers in remote areas. Though skeptics believe it could be a case of mistaken identity, perhaps a large owl or drone, believers argue that too many details match up for it to be mere imagination. Today, the Batquatch remains one of Washington's most bizarre cryptids. While there's no proof, the legend continues to grow, especially in the region around Mount St. Helens. For thrill seekers and creature hunters, the mountain doesn't just carry a history of fire. It may also hide a beast that was born in its ash. Number 4. Black Diamond Cemetery Ghosts. In the quiet town of Black Diamond, nestled in the forested hills of King County, sits a cemetery with a haunting reputation. Established in the late 1800s for coal miners and their families, Black Diamond Cemetery is said to be one of the most haunted burial grounds in Washington. Locals whisper about ghostly lanterns, shadowy figures, and disembodied voices that echo through the trees. Visitors have reported seeing glowing lights floating between the headstones, believed to be the spirits of miners who died in tragic accidents underground. Some say the lights move with intention, as if guiding the way, or warning the living to stay back. Others have heard footsteps crunching on gravel when no one else is around, or the sound of a pickaxe striking rock deep beneath the earth. One of the most chilling tales involves the laughter of ghostly children. It's been said that on certain nights, giggles can be heard near the older graves, followed by the soft patter of running feet. Paranormal investigators have visited the cemetery many times and often report strange readings, flickering lights, and eerie recordings. Despite its peaceful appearance during the day, the cemetery's reputation draws thrill seekers at night. But for many in Black Diamond, it's more than just a spooky story. It's a reminder of the town's history, its hardships, and the souls who may still be wandering among the stones. Number 5. Lake Chelan Monster. Deep beneath the blue waters of Lake Chelan, a legend has rippled through the town for over a century. Locals speak of a massive creature said to lurk in the lake's depths, a serpent-like monster with a long body, large eyes, and dark, leathery skin. The first stories date back to the native tribes who believed the lake was inhabited by a powerful spirit or underwater beast. In 1892, the legend took a chilling turn when a steamboat captain reported seeing a creature rise from the lake and thrash near the surface before diving back down. Over the years, other witnesses described similar sightings, some from fishermen who saw a great shadow pass beneath their boats, others from swimmers who felt something brush against them in deep water. Lake Chelan is unusually deep, over 1,400 feet, and that mystery only fuels the tales. Some believe the lake's depth hides underwater caverns or channels that could connect to other lakes, giving the creature room to roam unseen. Others think it's a giant sturgeon or an undiscovered species that's managed to remain hidden from science. Today, the legend of the Lake Chelan monster continues to stir curiosity. Whether fact or folklore, it's a tale that adds a sense of wonder and mystery to the stunning landscape. Visitors still scan the water's surface, hoping for a glimpse of something ancient, large, and unexplained, moving through the deep. Number 6. Lady of Lake Crescent. In the deep, clear waters of Lake Crescent, nestled in the heart of Olympic National Park, a mystery once floated to the surface, literally. In 1940, the body of Hallie Illingworth, a local woman who had vanished in 1937, was discovered by fishermen. Preserved by the lake's cold, mineral-rich waters, her body was eerily intact and covered in a soap-like substance known as adipocere. Locals were shocked by how untouched she appeared, as if frozen in time. Hallie had been a waitress in nearby Port Angeles. After she disappeared, her husband claimed she ran off, but rumors spread that something darker had happened. When her body surfaced, investigators found evidence of strangulation. Her husband was eventually arrested, tried, and convicted of her murder. Yet even after justice was served, strange stories around the lake continued to grow. Visitors have since reported eerie sightings along the lakeshore. Some say they see a woman in 1930s style clothing wandering near the water or peering through the mist. Her presence is felt most strongly near the area where her body was found. Many describe a chilling feeling of being watched or hearing footsteps behind them that vanish when they turn around. The Lady of Lake Crescent is now a permanent part of Washington folklore. Whether she's a restless spirit seeking peace or a symbol of the lake's dark secrets, her story continues to haunt those who walk near its glassy waters. It's a reminder that even in the most beautiful places, sorrow sometimes lingers. Number 7. Giant Palouse earthworm. In the rolling hills of the Palouse region, stretching across eastern Washington, there's a legend of a creature that sounds almost too strange to believe. A massive, pale white earthworm, said to grow up to 3 feet long and give off the scent of lilies. Known as the giant Palouse earthworm, this odd cryptid has fascinated scientists and storytellers for over a century. Early settlers in the late 1800s described encountering these worms while digging in the rich farmland. Some claimed they spat a defensive slime and could burrow rapidly into the soil. For decades, the creature was dismissed as exaggerated folklore until live specimens were reportedly collected in the late 19th century by a University of Idaho professor. But then, the sightings stopped. In 2005 and again in 2010, researchers reported finding possible members of the species, renewing excitement and mystery around the worm. However, because the creature is so elusive, many doubt its continued existence. Some believe it only appears under rare environmental conditions, while others think it may have gone extinct due to agricultural development. Whether real or myth, the giant Palouse earthworm lives on in local lore. Its odd combination of biological mystery and near supernatural traits has turned it into one of Washington's strangest legends. For those in the Palouse, the idea of what may still crawl beneath their fields is both thrilling and a little unsettling. Number 8. Maltby Cemetery's 13 Steps to Hell. Tucked away near the small town of Maltby is a graveyard that has terrified locals for generations. Known simply as Maltby Cemetery, it's infamous not just for its isolation, but for the legendary 13 Steps to Hell. According to stories, a hidden staircase once led underground to a sealed crypt. It's said that if someone walked down all 13 steps, they would experience visions of hell itself, and often never return the same. The steps were rumored to appear only at night, and only to those who truly believed. Teenagers from nearby towns would sneak into the cemetery on dares, hoping to find the stairs. Some claimed they succeeded, and were never the same afterward. Their stories told of overwhelming darkness, cold air rushing up from below, and eerie whispers echoing from the crypt. In time, so many people came looking for the stairs that the supposed entrance was sealed or destroyed, depending on who you ask. Today, you won't find any visible sign of the staircase, but the legend remains. Locals say the energy in the cemetery still feels off, especially near the back edge where the steps were said to be. Whether the stairs ever truly existed or not, the 13 Steps to Hell has become one of the most chilling ghost stories in Washington. It's a tale of curiosity turned fear, reminding us that some doors, even in a peaceful graveyard, were never meant to be opened. Number 9. Tacoma's King Octopus. At the bottom of Puget Sound, near the old ruins of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, divers have whispered about something massive lurking in the deep. Known as the King Octopus, this legendary sea creature is said to dwell in the wreckage of the bridge that collapsed in 1940, an area now dark, silent, and full of mystery. Some believe the wreckage formed the perfect hiding place for a giant Pacific octopus unlike any ever recorded. Stories tell of divers who felt a sudden tug in the water or caught a glimpse of something massive shifting in the gloom. A few claim to have seen thick tentacles wrapping around parts of the bridge, vanishing before their eyes. Though no one has ever captured proof, the legend has persisted for decades, passed from one diving generation to the next like a warning. Local fishermen have added their own accounts, nets ripped clean through, or strange suction patterns on boats pulled from the area. While the real Pacific octopus is already known for its size and intelligence, the idea that one might grow far beyond expectations in that sunken metal world has gripped imaginations for years. Though science hasn't confirmed its existence, the king octopus has become part of Tacoma's strange underwater folklore. It's a tale that blends history with the unknown, reminding us that some mysteries might still be hiding beneath the waves, wrapped in shadow and steel. Number 10. Georgetown Castle. In Seattle's Georgetown neighborhood stands an old brick home known as the Georgetown Castle, a place with a haunted past that refuses to fade. Built in 1903, it was once the residence of Peter Gessner, a businessman who reportedly died under mysterious circumstances. Over the years, The house gained a dark reputation, linked to gambling, criminal activity, and untimely deaths. Locals whisper that something never left the building. Many who have stayed or worked in the castle describe eerie experiences. Footsteps echo through empty rooms, lights flicker with no explanation, and the presence of something unseen lingers in the air. One of the most reported apparitions is a man in early 20th century clothing seen pacing near the upstairs windows. A woman in white has also been spotted on the stairs, vanishing the moment anyone approaches. The home's haunted reputation grew in the 1990s when paranormal investigators began exploring it. Some claimed their equipment failed under strange circumstances, while others reported being pushed or touched when no one else was around. One chilling account involves a guest waking to see a shadowy figure standing silently at the foot of their bed, only for it to disappear as they reached for a light. Today, Georgetown Castle stands as a reminder of the city's murky past. Whether it's the lingering guilt of crimes long buried or spirits that simply never moved on, something haunts those halls. The house remains one of Seattle's most compelling ghost stories, a quiet building with a loud presence, guarding its secrets behind red brick walls. Number 11. Gumberoo. Deep in Washington's dense forests, lumberjacks once warned of a creature that could not be killed. Known as the Gumberoo, it was said to be a bear-sized beast with black, rubbery skin that no bullet could pierce. First appearing in frontier folklore in the early 1900s, this creature was more than just a campfire tale. It was feared by those who worked in the most remote logging camps. The Gumberoo was described as hairless, with skin so tough it reflected gunfire. Its eyes were small and piercing, and its appetite was reportedly insatiable. Some said it could swallow entire food stores in one gulp. Others claimed the creature could breathe fire, burning everything in its path. Even seasoned woodsmen avoided certain areas after dusk, convinced the Gumberoo was nearby. Though modern science dismisses it as a tall tale, many of the early accounts were strikingly similar. Stories circulated about entire crews fleeing in panic, only to return and find their supplies ransacked. The creature was always just out of reach, its footprints vanishing into the mud. The idea of a creature immune to harm and hungry kept loggers uneasy in the dark. Today, the Gumberoo is a forgotten figure in Washington folklore, rarely spoken of except among enthusiasts. But for those who know the woods well, it still holds a place in the shadows. Maybe it was just a warning against staying out too long, or maybe, somewhere deep in the forest, something tougher than steel is still watching. Number 12. Haunted Town of Port Townsend. Port Townsend, with its Victorian architecture and coastal charm, looks peaceful at first glance. But beneath its beauty lies a long history of hauntings. Once a booming port town in the 1800s, it was filled with sailors, traders, and working girls. Many never left, it seems. Today, the town is known as one of Washington's most haunted places, where the past still walks beside the present. The Palace Hotel is one of the most famously haunted spots. Formerly a brothel, it's said to be home to Miss Claire, a spirit who roams the halls in period clothing, whispering to guests or appearing at the foot of their beds. Just down the road, Manresa Castle has its own tales. of a monk who jumped to his death and a bride who still searches for her lost love. Visitors speak of slamming doors, cold spots, and sudden, unexplained sadness. Even locals admit there's something strange in the air. Ghost tours draw curious travelers year-round, and many homes have their own stories of voices in empty rooms or flickering lights that won't stay fixed. Some residents even refuse to enter certain basements, saying they feel watched. The fog that rolls off the harbor only adds to the sense that not everything here is at peace. Despite the unease, Port Townsend has embraced its haunted past. It's a town where history hasn't faded. It lingers, watching from the windows and walking through the streets at night. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: the spirits of Port Townsend aren't ready to be forgotten. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.